EJ sleep. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time this reach you, I greet you. You know what this is, man. This is a day with EJ. But this one gonna be kind of different, and she sleep. The reason why she sleep is because we've been out and about doing what we normally do in our regular everyday life. If you follow my Instagram, you seen we was downtown at Union Station for a doggy day at Union Station. Then we went a couple other places, and I ended up at Joann's to finish an order that needed to be sent out in the morning, and we got back here to do a couple other things along with finishing that order. Did I say I hate my life? But I love my life. That being said, man, let's get to the topic. And the title of this video is called Let's Do the Math. No, let's really do the math, and then I explain to you why we doing the math. So it's 365 days in a year, give or take. Right? It's 24 hours in a day, give or take. You know how many minutes that is? It's 1440 minutes in a day. You know how many seconds that is? That's 86,400. I say that because every day of your life, you lose 86,400 seconds on the total number of whatever your days are gonna be. Why would you waste one of them? Right? Why would you do anything that you really didn't want to do when you know that the worst case scenario is inevitable? My disposition is like it is, and I don't really be tripping, and I just kind of be bopping through life because I kind of came to the understanding that tomorrow, I promise, for real, in real life. Tomorrow, I promise. So every second you have that turns into a minute, that turns into an hour, that turns into a day, you got to take advantage of them. You got to make the most of them. That's why EJ tired, because I make the most of her time when she with me while making the most of my time. She hanging out with me, and we doing something that she probably ain't never did before. It just be like that. And I can't tell you how to use yours, but I can tell you that both of us have them. You can't argue with me on the fact. It's impossible. Yeah, that's how you get them. You get them to understand where you coming from by something that they can't avoid. So it's 86,400 seconds in a day, right? That translates to 1,440 minutes, which turns into 24 hours, which turns into, 30, and then 365. However you do the math, right? Well, in the aspect of life, that's a countdown to another number that, if you believe, has already been put together. So you already have a set amount of days that you're gonna live depending on the decisions that you make, and you don't know if tomorrow or today or next week might be the last one. I say this all the time, man. Procrastination killed more dreams than failure ever will, because a whole bunch of people was waiting to accomplish something and die before they could do it. It's depressing. I know you ain't got to tell me. I deal with that fact every day. I deal with understanding the knowledge of it. It'd be completely different when you be going through life and you are oblivious to the fact that every day you get older, and the older you get is the closer you get to meeting your creator or being reborn or whatever you think gonna happen once you go to the other side. Because I ain't really seen nobody that went over there and came back and told me what was going on. And on the flip side, I can be completely honest with you, I didn't die before. I've been on the other side, and it wasn't really everything that you think it is. Felt like a nice little nap. I wasn't thinking about nothing, and I was gone for a minute, literally. Right. But we ain't gonna get on the net. We gonna get on these numbers. So I had to tell this friend of mine that called me distressed and distraught and whatever down about a whole bunch of stuff that's going on within her life. And I just had to tell her that I act like I act because tomorrow not promised to me, and I take advantage of than 86,400. It's like money to me, because that's where the saying come from. Time is money, because it is literally, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. And no matter how much money you get, you will never be able to buy no time. It's sad, ain't it? But, you know what I'm saying? Make the most of what you got going on. And I'm going to do what I'm supposed to be doing to try to make the most of what I have going on. But with that said, you got $86,400 to spend every day. Tomorrow, you're going to get another $86,400. You're not going to get the same one, right? You can't get that back. If you didn't spend that money while you had the chance, you lose it. Procrastination. You know what I'm talking about? Now you get where I'm going with this. I live my life under that type of guideline, that I understand that there are only so many seconds in a day and so many minutes and so many hours, right? That I have to make the most of them. And let me tell you why this is the important part about it. There are 365 days in a year. I spent 17 years in prison. That's 6,205 times 86,400 that I donated to the Missouri Department of Corrections for being stupid on a weekday, couple times. Yeah. So I really don't have a second to be wasting on doing anything that ain't productive or that's bringing me down. I don't have a second to waste on that. I don't have a second to be hating. I don't have a second to be mad at you. I don't have a second to give, to put into anything that I ain't gonna get something positive back from. That's why. Yeah. I live every day like it's my last, because it literally could be. And I do everything that I'm supposed to do while I'm living that day, so that if I do wake up in the morning, I could really look myself in the mirror and be happy with whatever I did or didn't do during the course of the time that I did it. You know, I've been in prison, I speak in circles, but you can understand it if you get what I'm saying. If you don't get what I'm saying, then I'm probably not for you. But we still got the same 86,400 seconds every day. Whether you get me or not, I bet you can understand that. Now, with that being said, I learned all this while I was in jail, but I don't promote it for you to go to learn the way that I did. You can learn from my mistakes, because my mother taught me that as a child. Learn from the mistakes of others. You don't have to make them to see the result. And I still made a whole bunch of mistakes that nobody I was ever around made. Nah, I went to jail for half killing them, but it was a reason behind it, right? Then I went back to jail for running off from them people and all that. But there was a reason for it, and those took a whole bunch of days for me that I'll never be able to get back. I'm not spending one of them unhappy. Not the last ones, right? I'm over 40, so we actually on the downswing if you look at life expectancy in human beings, not a color, not an ethnicity or none of that, but just life expectancy. Don't a lot of people live to be 90 and 100? Some do, but not a lot. I would do the average life expectancy math problem for you, but in my mind, I posted it somewhere already, and I don't want to be redoing content, if you get what I'm saying. Told you I didn't really have a second to be wasting on anything, and even this conversation is not me even wasting these seconds away, because next year, I can look back on this video and be like where I was in life and what I was doing and what I had going on. And I will be able to determine if I actually did something with the seconds that had passed since I made this. This is my journal. Welcome to my life. It's wonderful having you. I hope I could teach you something, or you could teach me something in the comments, because I do read them. So before I go, do I need to run that down to you again? Right? It's 365 days in a year. It's 24 hours, and each day is 1,440 minutes. And each day is 86,400 seconds if you break it down to the ticks. Make the most of them, because whether you admit it, whether you know it, whether you acknowledge its existence, you will never be able to get those seconds back. And I know for a fact I gave it away 6,205 times. Good day. Hey now.